Mental health in the workplace. The introduction is going to cover work-related stress and what can cause it. We look at signs employers should look for to identify stress before it becomes an issue, and how workplaces can be made healthy places. We will also discuss what a workplace adjustment is when employers are obliged to make adjustments, and what makes adjustments successful. Topics to be covered: work-related stress. What can give rise to stress at work? The early warning signs. Creating a healthy workplace. Developing a mental health policy. What is workplace adjustment? Why make adjustments? When to make adjustments. Ways to support workplace adjustments. Work-related stress. Stress is a major contributor to mental health issues. High stress levels can affect a workplace and the productivity of the employees. Small amounts of stress are often considered healthy. It can increase motivation and reduce feelings of apathy or lethargy. However, high stress has a negative impact on both physical and mental health. It can lead to poor sleep, migraines, stomach ulcers, asthma, and increased susceptibility to illness. It can also increase your chances of developing cancer or coronary heart disease. People who are stressed may smoke more, drink more alcohol, and consume more caffeine. This will add to sleep issues and health problems, which will then make them even more stressed. A workplace filled with stressed employees is unlikely to be productive and may have high staff turnover. What can give rise to stress at work? Balanced work can be beneficial to mental health. It gives people a sense of achievement and purpose. However, stress can arise from many problems at work. Low pay, excessive workload, impossible deadlines, major uncertainty such as lack of clear priorities, badly defined roles and responsibilities, job insecurity, monotonous tasks, not using skills, no challenges, low support, such as unhelpful management or hostile colleagues, unpleasant working conditions. Stress is unlikely to be caused by a single one of these factors, but will usually be the result of many. It may also be contributed to by problems outside of work. High stress in the workplace can lead to lots of issues for a company, so companies need to find ways to manage and reduce stress. This is particularly true if the organization is undergoing major changes that may add to the stress. The early warning signs. Employers probably won't be able to completely prevent stress, but they should be aware of early warning signals. If employees are becoming highly stressed, there will usually be some significant signs. These include lateness or poor timekeeping, poor judgment, indecision, low energy, withdrawal from others, tearfulness or frustration which isn't merited by the situation, increased absences, headaches or backache, increased consumption of alcohol, tobacco, or caffeine, increased complaints, high staff turnover, disputes and arguments between colleagues. Dealing with problems promptly may help to avert a crisis. An employer should do so sensitively so as not to worsen problems. Employees should be offered reassurance and help with dealing with their issues. Creating a healthy workplace. Creating a healthy workplace involves having policies in place that safeguard staff's mental well-being. Because stress is complicated and often multi-level, the solution must be to employers should look at mitigating stress by helping individuals who show signs of stress, teaching stress management techniques to all employees, reducing the sources of stress, if possible, It is often useful for companies to assess the stress environment before implementing policies. This might involve surveying employees to find out what is causing stress. A diagnostic tool called the Occupational Stress Indicator (OSI) is particularly useful. Group discussions and checklists may also be helpful. Companies should look at physical working conditions, work content and schedules, working relationships, communication and reporting systems, the roles and expectations of the employees. Companies should do these checks regularly. They should also work on building an atmosphere in which stress is dealt with openly and supportively. This will make employees more likely to express when they are feeling stressed, so they can be given the support to deal with it. Improving working conditions may involve improving communications, increasing autonomy, increasing flexibility, and improving the physical environment. Developing a mental health policy. All organizations should have a mental health policy as part of their overall health and safety policy. This should be developed with the following stages. Audit. Examine existing levels of stress and identify potential causes. This will show where improvements are needed. Creating the policy. The policy should be created with representatives for all employees and should apply to all staff. It should include the negative impacts of poor mental health and the core goals of the policy, such as reducing stigmas and improving mental health. The health, safety, and welfare policy. The human resources policy for dealing with alcohol abuse, increased sickness, rehabilitation, etc. Strategies for the prevention and management of stress. Details about training and stress management programs. Description of all staff responsibilities regarding mental health. Details about auditing, monitoring, and evaluating the system, with estimated costs and time frames. Implementation. Put the policy into practice, making sure it is monitored and revised when necessary. What is workplace adjustment? This means making a change or alteration for an individual that will assist them in doing their job. Reasonable adjustments are those which do not cost an excessive amount or cause major disruptions. Reasonable adjustments must be practical for the employer. People legally defined as disabled are eligible for reasonable adjustments. It is good practice for employers to make reasonable adjustments for anyone suffering from stress or a mental health condition. Why make adjustments? The 2010 Equality Act narrates that employers are legally obliged to ensure that disabled people have equal access to everything abled people have access to. It is their duty to provide reasonable adjustments to disabled people. Proactively preventing stress is much easier than dealing with it once it has become a big issue. Making adjustments can reduce stress for all employees, not just those who are disabled. It can help make the workplace more accessible to people who suffer from mental health issues. Many reasonable adjustments cost very little or nothing, so this is an economical way to improve productivity and staff well-being. Compared with the cost of high staff turnover, this is a very logical approach. When to make adjustments? Employers will need employees to discuss their needs openly before they can make appropriate adjustments to the workplace. Employers should not try to guess at employee needs, but should instead encourage employees to be honest about them. Needs tend to be very unique to each individual. Employers should discuss workplace adjustments with employees at every stage of their employment. This means that they should be discussed during recruitment, induction, training and development. Examples of workplace adjustments. Here are a few ways employers can adjust a workplace to help somebody cope. They include Physical environment. Increasing personal space. Providing a quiet break room. Reducing noise in the main work environment or providing private office. Offering reserved parking spots. Other adjustments such as allowing an employee to work away from a window or near a door. Work hours. Allowing someone to space annual leave throughout the year. Allowing use of paid or unpaid leave so an employee can manage medical appointments. Being flexible about start or finish times. Letting employees work from home. Allowing employees to take shorter, more regular breaks. Temporarily reducing responsibilities. Support. Offering a work coach or mentor. Offering mediation between colleagues in cases of disagreement. Helping employees prioritize work correctly. Letting individuals focus on one piece of work before assigning more. Increasing supervision and support. Allowing or encouraging job sharing. Ways to support workplace adjustments. It is important that adjustments are made in ways which are healthy and supportive, otherwise, the good done by the adjustment may be negated. Some of the best ways to support good workplace adjustments include clearly communicating policies and the help which is available if employees need it. This may encourage more open conversation. Offering adjustments to all employees, not just those who are disabled or struggling. This will help normalize adjustments and will also reduce any potential for resentment or embarrassment. It helps to equalize employees and make everyone feel valued. Good communication and educating everyone, especially line managers. This will reduce stigmas and increase trust. Making sure line managers are supportive and engaged with stress and related mental health issues.